later on this evening from 6 to 8 p.m. and again with our friends on islandbeatradio.net tomorrow, Sunday, from 2 to 4 p.m. We're waiting. Our Lord Nelson, our guest, is already in the waiting room, so we will start that conversation in a couple minutes. In the meantime, let me hear something. I wanna tell you something. I wanna tell you something. Oh gosh, give me like a room. I wanna jump your way. Yeah. I turn up the fed till it's on over. Mr. Oh, you don't like people calling you Mr. Lord Nelson. Nello.
You already stopped.
You could call me Papa.
Call you Papa?
I have so many names, but there's certain names that I really love. I love when they call me Papa. I love when they...
Okay, we can't hear you. You went mute.
So, yeah, somebody touched
the mute button. And they're about to... Okay, there you go.
All right. Yes, sir. We can
hear
you
Papa.
Now. Yes, Papa.
Okay.
All right. So thank you for being on the People's Chat Room this morning. I'd like to say thanks to Mr. John Arnold for setting this up, and also Louise, who is your assistant. Thank you, Louise, because I think she's the one that's helping, right?
Right here. She's right here.
Thank you, Louise.
Hi, how you doing?
All right. Thank you so much. So let's get started. Papa, here now. I'm loving this because you are one of our institutions. You're a living, breathing institution. And you are our elder. You set the foundation. And again, thank you so much for being on the show today. So let's get started, all right?
Yes, it's a pleasure and an honor. As a matter of fact, I'm so glad I'm nervous, and I don't usually get nervous.
You'll be okay. So let's get started. Your music spans over 60 years, which is more than the lifetime of many. What would you say would account for your longevity or staying power? And I know this is a question that you've been asked many times before. So now I know you're going to breeze through this one, but what would account for your longevity or staying in the game?
Well, I have a gift. Let's just put it like this. I'm different from many of my brothers or sisters in the culture. And I can't say I copied from anyone. I actually developed my own way, my own style, and it's been working up to now. And I think it's going to work. I know it's going to work for a longer time to come.
So pretty much if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Yes, that's about it.
Okay. So I'm going to ask one more question, and then we're going to play one of your many. We got a whole long list of stuff. We're going to just pull stuff. By the way, this is DJ Code Red. My name is Lima Dunbar. So thanks again, okay?
And it's a pleasure meeting both of you. I can't remember your name so quickly. It takes time for me sometimes to get things together, but when I get it together, I'm right.
You're right.
All right.
Over the decades, you have seen the changes in music. I know you've been asked this question before also, but what are your thoughts on soca music today?
Well, let's put it like this. I'm actually way up top when it comes to soca. Although many people don't understand when I say this, I'm part of it. And I'm really so deep in it that let's say I am the past, the present, and the future as far as soca is concerned. And as far as that music is, you ask me, what do I think about the music? Now I just say time changes. And it changes with all what you're hearing and intend to even hear further.
Okay. I said this was the last question before we go to music, but I kind of changed my mind on that. Many people acknowledge or state that the man that made soca or brought soca into fruition was Rash Shorty Eye. All right? But a lot of people also say that Maestro was instrumental in in people are bringing soca music to what it is. Oh, well, putting soca music on the map. But do you think, I think also that you had a hand in that too. That's my thought.
You just said it like they forgot about me like they usually do in many things.
Mm-hmm.
There was Mike Boothman too. And they don't remember to say these things because they do not know better.
Okay.
I am the one that they call foreigner. And my music was so much influenced in jazz and whatever. They say, well, that is kind of foreign music and soul music. It wasn't, I was singing Disco Daddy.
That's true.
And my show was doing, and so was Shorty, Endless Vibration.
Yes.
But they just dispelled me, pushed me aside because I wasn't right there on who you know and who had to know what. They forgot about me, not forgot, they deliberately.
Okay, so hold that thought because I got a couple other questions coming on the other side. We're gonna play some of your music. Papa.
Hold on. This intro, the whole song by itself.
Okay, so me and the DJ here, we clashing in who get to talk first. So let me say this here, Papa. You see that intro, live horns. Oh. That was back in the day when live horns was chomping. That intro. Okay, I gotta ask this: who was responsible for saying, okay, this is what I want, or this is what you need to do? Who was responsible for that intro? Because that intro is sweet.
Yes.
Let me just put it to you, this so you would understand a little more. I can't play no instrument, but it was all coming from within me, from Clyde Bradley. Ever heard about Clyde Brothers?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, well, listen, when I said to Brothers, I said, I want to do some of this disco music that's going on. He was just listening to me. He played all the instruments. I said, you do this. Ding, 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 ding. And we like developed the whole thing. And I had the story in those days when you hear them say, you going and you're doing down in the basement and do what has to be done down there. Nobody actually knew what was going on then. But with that intro that you're talking about there, it was more or less Clyde Bradley and I, with the story that was going those days with disco that, and I just actually came up with the idea with Clive. And that's why that part of the music went that way until it come down into the
Yeah.
You go stop and bring that in. When we went to the producer said, boy, I don't know, that don't sound too much like Calypso thing. When I went on stage in Trinidad and sing that, they said, no, it sound good, but people ain't gonna understand that. Up to this day, it's symphony in London playing that. And no band that I know up to this day goes through just what's on that record.
Okay, so that takes me to one of the questions that I have on here. I didn't expect to ask it that soon, but I gotta find it. Okay, here it is. So you got a Lifetime Achievement Award, which was given to you by the Tobago House of Assembly. And I read in the 2019 article from Newsday where you stated, stranger better than your own. What you just said there elaborates on that. Go ahead.
They call me a foreigner. Carnival time. Everybody coming up with something new. Everybody singing for Carnival, for, the real music going on. They said, this fella, Lord Nelson, he don't belong here because he wasn't born here. He's a foreigner, and this music that's going on all in the savannah is for nationals. And he's not a national. So he can't go in the savannah this time out.
But you were born in Tobago.
Are you hearing me, baby? Let me let go this story to you. But it's because who you know, when you know, and how you know. In those days, they didn't consider me. My music was so foreign and different that they didn't want me. I changed what's going on in the savannah that year and changed it up to this day until they turn it around and say what is not for nationals, it could be for anybody. It was Swallow, Arrow, Shorty, we were singing from other countries because they put me there. So I never went to the savannah. They didn't carry me there. That's when I made the song and came up with the good idea, the best idea I could have felt to sing Foreigner. If you listen to the lyrics, you see how hurt I was, and up to now they can't get over it, and they cannot get over me because I ain't a Calypsonian. I'm an entertainer. I mimic Calypso and Calypsonian to be just what I am now. I'm more foreign than they even think. Honey, I could go on for a while, but talk to me again. Ask me something.
Well, I got a couple questions. That I felt last night I needed to, put it down, and I wanted to ask you about that. And it tapping into them thinking that you were a foreigner. Again, you were born in Tobago. Then the last time I checked, Trinidad and Tobago is still one country. So I know that there is some kind of discord between Trinidad and Tobago back then. So I want to know, based on your experiences in the earlier years, and I could tell that it's still, it's still resonating. Thank you, Code. Do you see an improved acceptance of Tobagonian musicians and entertainers by Trinidad? Or is it still kind of wonky?
Let me tell you something. You might have it there too. As I got another song that's All Are We Is One Family.
All Are We Is One Family. Yes, we have that. So we'll play that just now.
Listen to me. Regardless how you put it, although they say Trinidad and Tobago, there is always a little something going on between these two islands, although they are one. Not only in just music, in even the language, with food. It's always the way that say, we not one of them, but we have to act like them. We wave the same flag, but still, when you go to Tobago, after they play the national anthem, they play an anthem of Tobago that says, all are we is one family. They play that afterwards. There's a reason for that. I ain't going to go through it, but I think you got the story, what I'm trying to tell. There's little things, something between Trinidad and Tobago, although we say we together.
Well, it's obvious that it's still there because in 2019, when you got this award, it was awarded to you by the Tobago House of Assembly. It wasn't awarded to you by the Trinidad and Tobago government, but it was awarded to you.
They gave me one from Trinidad and Tobago, the Hummingbird Gold.
Okay, congratulations on that.
Not only that, I got the keys to the city.
Sweet. So they're coming along slowly but surely.
Another one, they call me a distinguished person. And they're going around all of it right now. They're slamming and banging. They give people doctorates. Some of them don't even have stethoscope. Don't need it to give. But the doctor, they can't even move around. They don't even know what it is. But it's who you know and how.
Yeah. No. Correction is who knows you. It's who knows you. Not who you know. It's who knows you. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So we're going to play. Which one are you going to drop, Code?
Family.
Okay, and we'll talk on the other side, all right?
Baby, don't pass people just so. When you into Tobago, don't play proudy. Tell them howdy. I say, what's the reason, mommy? Is then she tell me, she say, all of we is one family. All of we is one family. All of we is one family. All of we is one family.
Always one family. See, I didn't know. I mean, I was listening. When I listened to that song, I listened to it, obviously, from my own perspective, you know. But now, listening to you share your thoughts, I realized that there was something else behind that. So that actually is the true anthem of Tobago.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to...
I have another piece now that's spreading around like measles. We're not Tobagonians. When you say Tobagonians, it's like to be something. We are not to be. We are already there. So we are Gonians, not to be Gonians or to be whatever they want. And that's catching on like wife and Nello. What you say we are? I say we are Gonians.
Okay, so thanks for reminding me of that, because last week, Saturday, was it? We have a station here, islandbeatradio.net, and the guy who runs that station, his name is John Tobago Joseph. And last week for his, was it last week? The week before for his birthday party, Sherwin Winchester made a surprise appearance, and he quoted you. He said, in talking to you, his elder, you're the one that said we're not Tobagonians. We are already Gonians. So we're Gonians.
We're Gonians.
Yeah.
So Sherwin is marvelous. That's one of my sons, and yet that close. And everybody from, you know, almost all these young artists, are like children. They're younger. They're young. I am the older one. That's why they call me Papa. I know you must be know about my birthday already and my big birthday that this pastor said.
Hiena. That's one of my questions, Papa. Hold it. That's one of my questions. All right. So I read, of course, in reading up on you, I learned that you are a vet from the Korean War. And I also learned that, so to today, September 11th should stand out to you, right?
Definitely. I am an honored Korean War veteran, and Uncle Sam takes care of me. And you know, what you see is going on and what's happening now, they say, no, I got to expose the thing. I'm 90 years plus, because 90 years was in July.
So you're in your 91st year.
You understand? And now they say, but where you don't look like 90 years, and I'm saying you know what 90 years supposed to look like? You know? And they say, I hear people say you're dead. No, you ain't dead. I said, no, I ain't dead, and I ain't old either, right?
You're ripe. I know. I had that in here too. So
You know, and when you say, wait, they say you're dead. I say, well, no, you're talking to a zombie.
you hear that?
I'm full of chats for them, you know.
I know
And
that.
it makes me feel so good.
By the way, your nephew Sean Nelson, you know Sean, he's your nephew.
Yeah.
Yes.
My cousin Sean.
You know how long I've been encouraging him to get you on one of his songs. I don't know why he's not listening to me. I told him
He's listening to me, but guess what the junction is between me and Sean.
Talk to me.
He's down there where he is, and I am where I am. We can't get together, and he do something. Many of the things he sent to me, they sound good and could happen. Mm-hmm. But every time he planned to do something happens with Sean, and I'm still living out there in limbo. Mm-hmm. But when he get together, the whole other stuff we could put together.
Well, I've been pushing it.
I full of what it takes to do what you're already talking about soca. Nobody really know what it is. There are too many things and too many people in that to make it what it is. They come and they say soca. They got groovy soca and something else soca because they can't get together what soca is. And I know I have the root of it.
And you see what you just said, Papa? You see what you just said there? Last week when we had Vaughn on, we were talking about that if soca could stick to the root, it would go further.
But they don't have the root. Is I had the plant feeding there. And they would refuse to give me. It's coming out now. But I know the true part of it is connected with not only me and Shorty Eye and Maestro. There's a whole lot more mixed together to make it. It's called soul calypso is soca. But nobody knows what it really is because when Shorty was doing endless vibration, I was doing disco daddy and Maestro was doing something, bless his soul. So you see, nobody know what it is. All them young people that's coming up there, if you notice, the same rhythm goes on there, and the next one come on and you ain't know he was off. 3-4 girls up there whining, and that's all you're hearing. Nobody putting on clothes to go on stage, you go on bareback. All that is in the soca thing. You see what far it could go?
Yes.
Yeah, we ain't go there. Mm-hmm.
We just kind of went there a little bit, but we ain't gonna go there right now, okay? But because you know what, I'm hoping that we could bring you back probably in a month or so, and we could do a second part to this. But let me ask this question: I read that Mighty Duke was one of your mentors. Can you share? Yes. Can you share some memories of that relationship?
That's great. I'm glad you came up with that. Chalky, we'll put Chalky aside. Kelvin Pope was like not only a teacher, he assisted me to become what I am now. And as a matter of fact, gone before that. I could have, yes, when I was singing La La and all these, you know, you go into such things like such songs that when I went to Duke or met Duke, and he came to me and he said, you know, he said, Nelson, you doing good there, you know, but I find that, yes, so like I said, you're giving away too much too early. I said, what do you mean by that? He said, what you should hold back and give it, you're putting it up front so you don't have nothing in the back to hit them with there, you know. Mm-hmm. And he said, twist it around. I said, well, I ain't even know to twist it yet. He said, what? And he just started a little bit. He said, what you doing in the back? Bring it up front. Mm-hmm. And from that time, I met Sparrow. Then I met Duke. By knowing Sparrow. he actually showed me and assisted me to turn around, and they say, like, Duke write all my son will write songs to me. He was so way ahead. You know, I couldn't catch up with that.
So can I ask a question? When he said you should don't put too much up front, you should turn it around. Was that what you did with Lala?
No. Lala is a different again. I became better then. And I know how to move things around and twist things around. Lala was no mistake.
Okay.
I was saying this is a joyful mood and a time of happiness. So in case you can't remember all the words in a song or in a verse, try and remember the chorus. And that's happening right now with many artists. And then you get the chorus going and you're going to get everybody dealing with it. They ain't going to worry too much what's going on.
Also, that's what he meant. That's what he meant when he said slow down and then turn it around. So which song, twist it around. So which song in particular did you apply that to, that formula where he said slow down and twist it? Which song?
Well, it was so many.
Asking you to go back in the crate, right?
It's many, baby. It's many, because if you notice, all my composition have a slamming part of it.
Yes, yes.
That if you listen to all of them, some could make you laugh, some could make you so sad, and some could make you like enjoyable, you know, and then imaginable, because you would say, it ain't so like King Liar. You will say, it ain't, but if you know how funny that is, and if you know how, terrible that could be, and yet it's happy, and you said it's humorous. So how could I explain one type to another type?
Okay.
Then you can't tell me you can't understand songs like metric system. There's so many things I could tell you when you say twist it around. So it's hard.
So this
but yet it's easy.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna play one of your you got so many, but this one was one that was redone. I should say, I can't think of another way to say it, by Alison Hines. So we're gonna play this one, and then we'll talk on the other side, okay?
Alison, yes, Lala.
Yes.
That's it.
yes.
This is not Alison host. This is not her show, so she got to hold her corner.
Okay, you see the first line of that song. This is a simple calypso. The words don't rhyme, but singing so. It reminds me of this song, One Note Samba. It's a popular song, popular jazz song, One Note Samba. They took one note and they made a whole blinking song of it. It's the same thing. you did with Lala. It's not one note, it's a couple different notes, but you just...
I wasn't actually thinking about notes then. I was thinking about something that everybody could sing. And if you could sing just that one part there, I wasn't worrying about the whole story. But I was telling the story, and then if you can't remember, you can just sing Lala.
Just sing Lala.
Just sing Lala.
Easy, simple. Just sing Lala.
Yeah. There's a little lady here I have pushing here at the same moment. She got the same feeling. That's Patrice. Mm-hmm. Patrice. He said, I want to know if so and so. I want to know. That is like saying, you remember a long time ago, we had this so and so. Could you remember this? Could you remember that? And she turned to me and said, Papa, I would like to include you in this, what I'm doing here. I would want you to know. And I said, well, I'm going to know. And what you know? And what you know?
If you don't mind, for the ones who don't know.
When last you go in a fet and wine up till you're soaking. I wanna party like my grandfather. Yeah. I wanna party like my grandmother. Oh, yeah. I wanna take off my clothes and jump in the rain. Hey. All my sisters and brothers. I wanna wind down low to the ground. Take my bumper, turn it around. And when the DJ stop, we gotta tell them no, cause we coming to burn it down. How will you know? What you know, hey. What you know, what you know. Hey. Tell me how you know. What you know, what you know, what you know. What you know, what you know. How will you know?
I like the fact that that song, what you singing, leads up to this next question. You just celebrated 90 years. Oh my goodness, my phone is acting up. Not your 90th birthday twice over. Now you're in your 91st. Due to you being born on July 27th, but your birthday was registered on the 29th. Radio station.
I got two birthdays.
You got two birthdays.
Two birthdays. So you can't say it's a lie. That ain't no lie. That is the truth.
Yeah, hear lie. That ain't no lie. That is the truth.
I'm born on the 27th, and they registered me on the 29th. Mm-hmm. So I have proof. And I guess there are not too many people with the same kind of proof. Mm-hmm. But in those days in Tobago, you can't just born today and get it written. Had to wait until somebody go to a person named the registrar. Uh-huh. And when I had my birth certificate, the first time I got it, I had no name on it.
Okay.
It just say it's boy child born to my father and my mother, so I had no name. They said, well, we don't have you here. I said, but I am there. I'm Robert. They said, no, there's no Robert here. You got to get an affidavit for people who really know you. The people and them who know me, they're dead and gone. You know, I have to come up with that. I have to go now to somebody who knows somebody that knows about. I ain't going to tell you the whole street, but I got the right birth certificate now. Anyway.
So, radio stations around the U.S. as well as Trinidad and Tobago celebrated with you. And let me just let you know, this station, iTunes Radio, they played your music for the whole, I think it was the whole week. Okay, Soca Passion.
Thank you, Radio Truth. Thank you, baby.
All this information John Arnold is aware of. Soca Passion TX, which is out of Houston in Texas, they played it also because we rebroadcast on Soca Passion, as well as Island Beat Radio. They played all your music for not all, but all your music for that week. Yes, so these three radio stations celebrated with you. So what are your thoughts on being ripe but not old?
Honey, that's a good one. That's a heavy one. To say, well, I am this amount of years old, I can't say it like that. I say it the other way, like I just said. I'm not old, I'm ripe. Mm-hmm. I'm ripe, baby. I am the past the present, and the future. There's a little bit of me in all that you're hearing about and in our culture. From Marshall, Montano, Sparrow to Rose, there's a little bit of Nello in all of us. Trust me. I could pick them out and show you. Super Blue and everybody. There's a whole lot of Nello in all that you're seeing happening there. And you know what's happy? I'm sitting up here talking to you and I can see my brothers and them in the back waving and you singing and everything. That's a little bit of me in all of you. Not so?
True. And with my mind the way it is, I will push a little bit further when you say there's a little bit of you in all of us. Of course, you're referring to the culture, the soca, which you are one of the originators, if not the originator. So I see it as you're saying that culture, that soca, that vibe, which is Papa, is in each and every one of us. Yes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Lovely. Love what you're saying. Love. I know you're feeling it. I'm feeling it.
That's another one we could play. So we're about to get off the air, but I gotta tell you, I know I stretched Louise a little bit when I asked for a promo video, but Papa, you did well on that promo video. Straight up, you did well on that promo video.
You know, it was a little strange for me to go in there, and that's a long way to remember and to go. But I keep doing it, and I get it one time. That's good. I say, keep that one. Music come.
And we kept it. So let's play one of your many. Ah, Lord. We just gonna play it.
I play it around the world. And if you don't play that, then you don't know what it is. What love is.
What you say, Papa?
If you don't play me lover.
Oh, okay, me lover.
And you don't hear me lover in any function, then you don't know what love is.
True. Let me say this. Your music, you could go in any fete today and you hearing this. You're hearing at least 2 or 3 of your hits. So let me ask this question. I always say, let me ask this question. You wrote all your music?
So help me God. I keep telling, can't you just listen? All the topics are different. You don't hear me sing about any particular thing, sing about this or sing about that. I just imagine and make them up and sing it. The only person I could tell you that would say he is 2 people they put him like would be Chalky, and because he was close at that time around me, or Kelvin Pope. Although Sparrow was there, he had his own thing to do. Melody was there, they had their own thing to do, but I had mine, and it's still raining up to this day, and no one write no song and give me because I can't feel what they're writing to me. And nobody. Well, people tell me things like I can't sing and perform where you have. I don't know if it is. Yes, dear. All is mine.
So do you think that lyrical content in soca these days can be improved?
They don't have nothing that I say. What do you mean improve? They don't have nothing to improve. They just copy from each other and do the same thing. You don't have no topic that you could say, let me do this because of what's happening. It's not lost, but it's not there for anyone to actually find it and redo it or refresh it. Tell me what you're saying about now when you go to a fete. When you go somewhere to a concert with people don't go now and listen to original songs, when you just go there and sit down and see who could whine more.
It's true.
And who could jam more.
Papa, you're preaching.
Listen, baby, you know what I'm saying is the truth.
It's the
they
truth.
Don't dress no more. Who does dress like Kelvin or dress like Shadow or dress like...
Oh.
These things no more. You go bareback with no clothes on and you into it anyway.
You remember the question? We had a question before you came on the air. Code is actually the one that said it, and I was like, that's a really good question. You remember back in the day, like your sobriquet is Lord Nelson. We had Mighty Sparrow, Mighty Duke. What prompted you guys to come up with those sobriquets? Lord Mighty. Is that because it helped with your self-confidence? Tell us, please.
I don't think it's like that. Although I don't know too much, I could talk to you about this. You have to have a name. Mm-hmm. A name, a sobriquet to say, well, this is you. Like some people know the Mighty Duke, but they don't know what his real name is.
Yeah, but why Mighty? Why Lord? Why not just Nello?
In those days, it was more ruled by the British people. And it was like Calypso was around the British area, So you want to be Sir this or so that. Some big bird, or some big animal that big and fierce that when you...
That makes sense.
That makes total sense.
Me now, my last name is Nelson. And the other fella there in London named Horatio Nelson. He was a big time man in the Navy, So all I had to do just put in my name was just Lord. Okay. I big and strong too, like the man in England. Okay. So I big.
That makes a whole lot of sense.
In some thing like Chalky. Chalk dust, he named it because he was a teacher in school. Chalk and blackboard. So you know what I mean? You pick your name, a fella named Penguin.
Was he the Mighty Penguin or he was just Penguin?
Yeah, no, well, you had to put a mighty, a big penguin.
Okay. Papa, this was a pleasure. It was truly a pleasure. You think we could get you back probably in a couple months?
Honey, as long as I'm there, keep pumping. You just keep getting it to me and do all that. I'm having so much fun now.
I appreciate you. Louise, she's right there, right?
Thank you.
Louise, I'll reach out to you and we could schedule something, all right?
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, and thanks so much for helping out. Papa,
thank you.
I appreciate you. I really do.
Looking forward for next box again. We're doing good. I love it. Love you. God bless.
God bless. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm sorry. Wow. Look at you. You have chills. You know, ladies and gentlemen, Lima walked in here like a zombie 2 hours ago, and she's going to walk out in here on a whole natural high.
Yeah, because we had Lord Nelson on today, bro.
This is what this show does.
Oh my God, we had Papa on today, Papa Nello.
This is what this show does.
Oh my gosh, Trinidad and Tobago, y'all don't know what we have. Oh my goodness, what we have. Oh Lord, I really appreciated talking to Papa today. It's gonna make my next week or two. Every time I think about this interview, you know what I mean? Next week we have Roger Boothman on. He's our guest. He's another musician out of Trinidad and Tobago. So yeah, we don't just have the Jamaicans on. We have the Trinis on. And hopefully we could have... we had a Grenadian on last week with Vaughan. So now we're just looking for some Haitians. Well, we have them on too.
All right, me tell you.
I just got to find
I would love to get T-Vice.
I'll work on it. You know me.
I would love to get...
I'll work on it.
Sorry.
So before we go, it is already after 2. So I want to say thank you to Papa Nello. Thank you to Hollis Clifton. And of course, thank you to our contributor, Mr. Gerard Alves. Next week, we're going to have Wendy Cowan as our contributor. And we're going to have Mr. Roger Boothman. You all have a blessed weekend and enjoy the rest of your week. This is the People's Chat Room on iTunes Radio with rebroadcast on Soca Passion TX and tomorrow on IronBeatRadio.net. Peace out.
Let's have a good time.